General Mills presents June and Stu Erwin in Trouble with Father.
Well, what do you have to say for yourself?
I couldn't miss Betty Hutton, Pop. Honest.
Nonsense. In order to go to the movies last night, you told a falsehood. I asked if your lessons were done, and you looked me right in the eye and said, oh, yes, all of them, and they're perfect. And what do I find? I find that not one lesson was done.
The teachers didn't have to tell on me.
Now, you're in no position to find fault with others. I take an interest in my children's schoolwork. I asked about your homework, feeling pretty proud, and what did I find?
I'll catch up with my work, Dad. I always do.
That's beside the point. In order to get out last night, you told a deliberate lie.
I'm sorry.
Jackie, if you start telling little lies, you'll keep on until you're telling big ones. You'll lose your self-respect and the respect of others. You'll make yourself unhappy, and everyone around you, your family and your friends, unhappy. A great deal of tragedy can come from one little lie.
I feel terrible.
Well, if you persist in telling them, I'm sure that neither I nor the family will want to have anything to do with you. You understand that? Well, then, I want you to promise that you'll always tell the truth.
I promise, Dad. I'll always tell the truth.
Why, you look like you've lost your best friend.
Life is full of problems.
What happened to you?
I just passed another milestone in life. Say, you look as if you're waiting for one.
I'm waiting for Drexel.
Don't tell me you two have made up.
We will. I accidentally took his math book.
Accidentally. Ha.
All right, I took it on purpose. He'll be over here to get it, and I want you to do something for me then.
Keep me out of it. I have enough troubles of my own.
Oh, please, Jackie, won't you help me?
Oh, all right. Go ahead, what's the plot?
I don't want to make this too easy for Drexel.
Why do women always want men to suffer?
Because they deserve it. Now, look, when Drexel gets here, you tell him I'm too busy to see anybody.
What'll make you so busy?
I'll be cogitating about it.
You got me mixed up. I don't know what'll happen to Drexel.
Well, look, you just tell him I'm busy, and I'll do the rest.
Boy, I'd hate to be a man.
Here he comes now.
Hello, Jackie.
Hiya, Drexel.
Can I come in?
Sure.
I'd like to see Joyce.
Joyce told me to tell you that she's too busy to see anyone.
What's she so busy about?
Nothing that I know of.
Say, you wouldn't know anything about my math book, would you?
Sure. I know all about it. What really happened...
Hello, Drexel.
Sorry to intrude, Joyce, but I think you took my math book.
I did? Well, let's go see. Oh, here it is. I must have taken it by mistake. I'm awfully sorry.
I'm sorry I caused you so much bother, Joyce.
Oh, that's all right, Drexel. It's all my fault. Say, I was just about to have some hot chocolate. Would you like some, too?
Sure, I'd love it.
Well, make yourself at home.
I got my math book, Jackie. Say, how did you know about it?
Did I say that?
You sure did. Did you know about it?
Sure, I knew you had a math book.
But how did you know it was here?
Joyce told me.
Then she knew she had it. Didn't she? What else did she tell you? Come on, Jackie, I want the truth.
Oh, all right, if you insist. She took it on purpose so you'd have to come here and get it.
And after that?
You don't have to ask me. You know what happened.
Drexel, where are you going? The chocolate's are ready.
I got my math book, thanks. And if you have any more accidents, don't accidentally have them for me.
Drexel. Drexel! Drexel! Oh, Jackie! You... Joyce, do you have to make so much noise? Well, Jackie had to go and ruin everything. Where's Drexel? She said something to him.
Did you want me to lie?
Well, what has that to do with it? Goodness knows I have enough to worry about with this wire from your Uncle George.
What does Uncle George want?
He's coming to visit us. Have to spend a few days on business in your jerk town. If you can't put me up, say so. We'll get in and out as quickly as possible. Regards, Uncle George.
He sure sounds in a hurry.
Oh, I don't know how your father's going to take this. But, Mother, what'll we do about Drexel? Oh, Drexel. Jackie, will you tell me what this is all about? What did you say to Drexel?
Well, we were talking, and he asked me a question, and I answered it.
What did he ask you? And what did you say?
Well, he asked me about an accident that happened to his math book, and I told him it wasn't an accident.
Oh, no, I've probably lost him forever. Oh, this is all getting beyond me. We have to settle it later. Mrs. Cappy's coming for a visit. That looks like a new dress. It's quite loud. Well, you know Mrs. Cappy. And with all the money she has to spend on clothes.
I'll go.
Hello, Jackie, darling. Is your mother in?
Yes, Mrs. Cappy, she's in.
June, darling. You know they're having a sale at Murray's. Oh, is that where you bought your new dress, Ida? Yes. I picked this up for only $49.50. Do you like it? Oh, it's lovely. It's a perfect fit. Do you like it, Joyce? Oh, yes, it's very nice. How about you, Jackie? Oh, come on, you should begin having an opinion about clothes.
I think it's kind of loud, Mrs. Cappy.
Where did you get that idea? Well, I'd like to know where you got that idea.
Mother said she thought it was.
Jackie, how can you say such a thing? I've never been so insulted in my life. Oh, it's just a child's chatter. She sounded to me like she was telling the truth. Jackie, whatever made you say such a thing?
I had to tell the truth, Mommy. Mrs. Cappy asked me, and I had to tell the truth.
Mother, what are we going to do about Drexel? I don't know. Why this sudden splurge of truth?
Anybody home? Say, these look wonderful.
Oh, Stu.
Well, what's the matter? What are you upset about?
Oh, things have been happening too fast around here for me today.
Now, take it easy. Let me do the worrying.
Hi, Dad.
Hello, girls.
Hello.
And what's the matter with you?
I'm miserable.
Jackie said something to Drexel and he left. Then Mrs. Cappy came by to show me her new dress, and Jackie managed to chase her off. And I had enough to think about with this telegram.
Telegram? Well, suppose we start with the telegram. That sounds the most urgent.
It isn't very good news.
Well, what do you know? Your jerk town? Who does he think he is?
My very wealthy uncle.
I don't care how wealthy he is. He's bad-tempered and ill-mannered.
I know, dear, and I don't like the idea of your having to put up with him.
Maybe if we made him welcome and showed him a good time, he'd loosen up his purse strings and make a donation toward that new athletic equipment the school needs so badly.
What are we going to do about Drexel?
We'll talk about that later. Uncle George has problem enough.
Run along, girls. Your father and I have some things to talk over.
Yeah, get out of here a minute.
Stu, I don't know what's come over Jackie. She says the most awful things and then insists she's just telling the truth.
The truth? Oh, nothing but the truth, huh?
You can imagine how I felt when she told Mrs. Cappy her dress looked awful.
I suppose it did.
But she can't go around saying things like that.
Oh. Well, June.
Yes, dear?
Today at school I found out that Jack had lied to get to the movies last night, so I lit into her and made her promise she'd always tell the truth.
She told the truth all right. You should have been around to see the results.
Well, I can't help that. My children are going to be brought up to be honest and truthful.
Well, I won't argue with that.
Well, let's don't worry about that now. We have to get ready for your uncle. Say, I'll get a hold of Willie. I'll call him and tell him to come over and do a little butling. We'll put on a show for your Uncle George. No. Wait a minute. Everybody, get back out of sight. Dude, go in there. Now, get. Buddy, let's see. Straighten up now.
Good evening, sir.
Take my bags and stop your gabbing.
Right away, sir.
You take that one to my room. This one's full of business junk. Put it right there so I won't forget it.
You want this one to go upstairs, and this one right over here.
Stop your mumbling.
Yes.
Uncle George. Well, say, where do they get those rattle-trap taxis in this town? Well, I always thought we had pretty good service. Yeah, almost shook my gizzards out. And since when can you afford a servant? Oh, you mean William? Well, I always like to see that my family's comfortable and happy. Yeah, you always wear a spendthrift. Oh, come in, Uncle George.
It's good to have you with us, Uncle George.
Hello, June. Put on some weight, haven't you?
Well, if I have, my scale's lying to me.
Well, Stu has. He isn't working hard enough. Not working hard enough. I'll have you know.
Stu, dear.
Hello, Uncle George.
Well, hello. You're much easier to look at than your father. How old are you?
16, almost 17.
And you?
I'm 9.
Oh? Well, I think you're nice children. And you don't have to sing or recite to prove it.
How old are you, Uncle George?
Hey, you're the cute one. Which one are you?
I'm Jackie, and I'm just trying to be polite.
Oh? Well, let me tell you this. After 40, nobody should tell their age. Well, can't we sit down? Sit down? Oh, yes. Here. You sit here, Uncle George. This chair is the most comfortable. Yeah, if you're used to babying yourself, I'm not. Well, aren't you going to offer me a drink? You know, with my dyspepsia, I need a little glass of bitters before dinner. You ought to know that. Bitters? Oh, yes. I think we have some. I'll get them for you in just a moment. What a place to put a suitcase.
This thing must be got feet walking from here to there.
Will you pass them, please, Willie?
Yes.
Jackie?
Well, hold it steady and I'll get the one I want.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bitters.
If you'll excuse me, I'll see how dinner's coming along. What a place to put a suitcase.
Mr. Erwin, did you lose something?
You saved the day, Willie. Get that thing out of here.
But the man said to leave it.
Well, put it out of the way.
Yes. This thing crawled from there to here.
Oh.
Maybe it's Drexel.
Here you are, Uncle George. You'll find these the best bitters ever caught. Well, won't do us any good with the cork in. You take the cork out and I'll get a glass.
Yes, Drexel. Yes, Drexel. Of course it's all right. After dinner? Yes, Uncle George arrived. I'll be waiting for you. Goodbye, Drexel.
Where are those 10-cent glasses Aunt Susan gave us?
They're right up there in the cupboard.
Which one?
That one right there.
Oh. Say, how long have you had a servant?
Willie isn't really a servant.
He isn't? Well, what is he?
He's the caretaker at school.
Then what's he doing here?
Dad said you'd be impressed if you thought we had a servant.
Oh, he did.
You're certainly an expert at opening bottles, Uncle George, aren't you?
June had them tucked away. Women are always up to something. Not only women. Here you are. Now, this will do you good. You certainly do things upright for me, don't you, Stu? Nothing but the best for Uncle George. You wouldn't fool me, would you, Stu? Fool you? Oh, I wouldn't try that. You're much too smart. Well, where's your glass? You look dyspeptic, too. Oh. Well, all right. I'll have one with you. Ooh. You know, these glasses came from Czechoslovakia.
Oh, nice.
They were a wedding present.
Nice.
Jackie, you shouldn't be crawling around on the floor in your clean dress. Dinner's almost ready.
Oh, thanks, June. Oh, would you like to wash up before dinner, Uncle George? Yes, I think I would. Well, you know where the...
What are you trying to do? Ruin my baggage?
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. I'll find my way.
Oh.
Stu,
Yes?
come here a minute, dear.
We'll return to the Erwins in just a moment. And now, back to the Erwins.
We had those bitters.
Oh, Uncle George!
Are you all right?
Yes. No thanks to you. And you. You take that grip of mine and you put it where you were told to put it. And leave it there. Yes.
Dinner will be getting cold.
Well, I won't.
Uncle George, I'd like you to meet my friend Drexel.
Oh, you're the fellow she was mooning about earlier this evening. It's exciting to meet an important oil man like you.
Who told you I was an oil man?
I understand you're in town to sign a contract for supplies. I'm doing nothing of the kind.
The boy's just talking. You know how boys are.
No. You stay out of this, Stu. Young man, I didn't catch your name. Drexel Potter. Potter! Any relation to Sam Potter?
Now, let's don't go into family trees. Let's talk about you, Uncle George.
Don't butt in, Stu. What about it? Sam Potter's my father. Oh, well, he's the one I'm not making a contract with, and I think I know why you're here. Another of your tricks.
There's been no tricks. I don't know what the boy's talking about.
Oh, yes, you do. I told Sam Potter I wouldn't do business with him, so he gets you to invite the boy over here to soft-soap me, change my mind. You can't fool me.
You have no right to accuse Stu.
Young man, did your father suggest that you come over here so you could talk to me? Gosh, that wasn't the only reason. Did he? Yes, but I wanted to...
Drexel! Don't you ever try to speak to me again. After all the things you said to me.
Drexel, you tell your father.
Stu, don't say any more, please.
Gosh, everything I do turns out wrong. Well, good night, all.
Good night, Drexel.
And another thing. You pretending to have a servant. That's another put-up job. What do you expect to gain by fooling me? Come on, tell me.
Well,
doesn't anyone want to explain?
Oh, what's the use?
Would you like to explain?
If you want me to.
Well, of course I do.
You're such a sour old fuddy-duddy that we thought if we were nice to you, you might get human and remember us when you passed around your money.
Jackie, the idea.
Don't you say another word. Don't you browbeat the child. She's the only one I can trust. At least she'll tell me the truth. Jackie, show me to my room.
Right this way, Uncle George.
Thank you.
Well, this turned into a pretty mess.
That's the last we'll see of Uncle George.
How did this all get started?
You want to know? This time you heard Jackie tell the truth.
Now, don't rub it in.
It's awful. Drexel was making a cat's paw of me.
All I can say is the whole thing is a perfect failure.
Is there anything you want me to get for you, Uncle George?
Come here a moment. Am I really an old fuddy-duddy?
You're worse than that. You're rude, and you don't care anything about other people's feelings. It's no wonder nobody likes anything about you except your money. And you're not happy with it either. Daddy says you won't even let go of a little of it for making athletes in our school.
I never heard such impudence. Let me tell you that how did that guest towel get here? It's just that habit of mine. Yeah, put it back. And you don't need to come back.
I wonder what's keeping your father.
He's never late for school, Mom.
Well, you better run up and tell him to hurry or he will be. And tell Uncle George that breakfast is ready.
Okay. Dad? Mother says to hurry. You'll be late for school.
I'll tell her I'll be right down. And tell your mother to stop using my razor to sharpen pencils.
I sure will, Dad.
Who is it?
It's me. It's I, Jackie.
Well, come right in. Hello, my favorite youngster. You look chipper this morning.
Mother says for me to tell you breakfast is ready.
Fine, we'll go right downstairs. I'm all set to enjoy a good breakfast. You know, Jackie, I don't think these are mine.
They look like Dad's.
Oh, that habit of mine. Well, we'll just forget all about it, won't we?
Maybe nobody will ask me.
Yeah. Now we'll go right downstairs, huh? Come along.
Now Jackie's late. I wonder what's keeping them.
What difference does anything make anymore?
Now, Joyce, you're going to have to stop acting like that.
Good morning, Joyce, dear. Good morning, June. My, it's a fine day. And you're beautiful this morning.
Why, thank you, Uncle George.
You're now looking at a changed man. This little angel opened my eyes. She told me a few things, and when I got a good look at myself, I knew she was telling the truth.
Why, that's wonderful. Wait till Stu hears this.
That razor acts like a dull lawnmower.
Good morning, Stu.
Morning. My face feels just like every whisker I scraped off was mad at me. And where's my shaving lotion?
You mean the little blue bottle with the cologne that smells so nice?
Yes, that's it. That's my lotion.
I think I can tell you, Dad.
Jackie, I just wanted to tell you that I think the truth is a fine, fine thing. Never tell a lie. I never do. Of course, I'm a practical man, too, and sometimes I have skirted around the edge, sort of. You know what I mean?
I think I know, Uncle George.
Well, of course you do. You can't always tell all the truth, because sometimes you might embarrass somebody. But that doesn't mean that you should deliberately ever tell a lie.
Will you explain that to me, Dad?
Why, yes, of course, sure. You were going to tell me about that lotion.
June, you've brought up a fine, honest family, and that deserves a reward. Joyce, you can tell that fine young fellow that I've decided to give his father the contract. Would you like to do that?
Would I? Thank you, Uncle George. Dreadful will be so happy.
Yes.
I'll go now.
Jackie,
You can see I'm a changed man.
Should I tell Dad?
No, I have something to tell him. I suppose you thought that I'd forgotten all about the athletic equipment for your school, but I'm going to see that you get it.
Uncle George, now the day has started off right. I'm sure the youngsters will be very grateful.
There's something else, too. I suppose you and June have probably thought that I should increase your inheritance and maybe give you a little of my money while I'm still alive and kicking.
Oh, of course not. We've never thought anything about it.
I thought we were going to have nothing but the truth.
Of course we are. But if you can sort of skirt around the edge, so can I.
General Mills presents June and Stu Erwin in Trouble with Father.
Well, what do you have to say for yourself?
I couldn't miss Betty Hutton, Pop. Honest.
Nonsense. In order to go to the movies last night, you told a falsehood. I asked if your lessons were done, and you looked me right in the eye and said, oh, yes, all of them, and they're perfect. And what do I find? I find that not one lesson was done.
The teachers didn't have to tell on me.
Now, you're in no position to find fault with others. I take an interest in my children's schoolwork. I asked about your homework, feeling pretty proud, and what did I find?
I'll catch up with my work, Dad. I always do.
That's beside the point. In order to get out last night, you told a deliberate lie.
I'm sorry.
Jackie, if you start telling little lies, you'll keep on until you're telling big ones. You'll lose your self-respect and the respect of others. You'll make yourself unhappy, and everyone around you, your family and your friends, unhappy. A great deal of tragedy can come from one little lie.
I feel terrible.
Well, if you persist in telling them, I'm sure that neither I nor the family will want to have anything to do with you. You understand that? Well, then, I want you to promise that you'll always tell the truth.
I promise, Dad. I'll always tell the truth.
Why, you look like you've lost your best friend.
Life is full of problems.
What happened to you?
I just passed another milestone in life. Say, you look as if you're waiting for one.
I'm waiting for Drexel.
Don't tell me you two have made up.
We will. I accidentally took his math book.
Accidentally. Ha!
All right, I took it on purpose. He'll be